Qigong for healing. There are many reasons why people are initially drawn to Qigong practice, but healing is one of the main reasons. Often we have some sort of issue that we're trying to find some sort of solution for, and we try different things and eventually we'll maybe discover Qigong practice and say I'm gonna give it a try. What is healing? So if we are going to practice Qigong for healing, let's understand some of the underlying mechanisms. When we talk about the idea of healing, many people hear it in different ways, but simply here's one definition of healing. Healing is a process of restoration of health. Healing is that process to get from unhealthy to being healthy. So being unhealthy could be that you're experiencing pain or discomfort or lack of function, like your lungs aren't functioning correctly or that your skin is not functioning correctly. There could be physical issues. It could also be mental or emotional issues as well. So healing is that process of going from unhealthy to being healthy. That's it. The process of healing. So if we just keep it very simple, going from unhealthy to healthy, a very good, simple way to keep it in our minds. We also want to say that healing is a very natural process. The body is doing it all the time. All day long we're exposed to the sun, we get skin damage, we bump into the wall and get soft tissue damage, we eat some foods, we get free radical damage, so our body is constantly repairing and healing itself. This is part of being alive, being a human being. Although we're not always naturally healing, is a very natural process, and this is how we see it in Qigong practice. We can help this process, but it's something that always naturally happens. The body has an amazing ability to sequester resources if we give them to it, so meaning that we have all this energy from Qigong practice and the body can decide. And where is the body going to spend that energy? If we have several different things going on, we have pain, we have an issue, we have trauma like a cut, our body can figure out what's the most important thing to devote our energy to, so we can stay healthy. So if you have had a major car accident and you have a major neck injury, your body's probably going to sequester a lot of energy to that back and neck pain, and if you have a little, your little pinky is hurting. So you might not heal very well on what you want, because your body is devoting so much energy to that area that is most important for it. So this is actually quite fantastic and amazing, because the body has this internal wisdom that's been evolved over millions of years to get to this point, so it knows exactly how to take care of itself. Now we mentioned this is because when you do a Qigong practice and when you use Qigong for healing, you're actually working with that natural system. You're not trying to override it. You're not trying to take over, you're not trying to direct it in a particular way. You're trying to help it, and we use that word help because we want to distinguish between helping and healing, so we have that healing is that natural process, and what we can do is we can help that process of that natural healing. So we can do that in many ways, like making sure that we have good nutrition, we have good rest, we have good hydration, we have low stress levels, we have good circulation, so we can help the healing process by doing all these lifestyle factors. And these aspects can be greatly underestimated as to how important they are, but they are extremely helpful in the healing process. For example, when you have a lot of tension and stress in the body can't naturally heal itself. Qigong exercises healing daily. Symptoms and syndromes. So we want to distinguish, we have healing and we have helping our body. So one more area to clarify, is the difference between symptoms and a syndrome. So a symptom is something that you experience. I feel this okay. I was walking, I fell down the stairs and now I feel pain here, I feel pain here, I feel burning here. These are things that we feel, these are symptoms, so we can have soft tissue, we can have physical things that we feel, and we can also have systemic things. When I eat this food, I feel cramps in my stomach. I feel sharpness, I feel burning, so we can experience it all physically or systemically. We can also feel symptoms emotionally and mentally. I feel nervous, I feel agitated. I feel scared. I feel angry I'm anxious. These are all things that we are feeling, and these are symptoms, and when we take all these different symptoms and we try to find a pattern, that's when we get a syndrome. So we could have heart disease, and that it's a combination of many different symptoms. Another example could be that if you have pain in different joints and it changes with the weather, then maybe the syndrome is going to be arthritis. So we have symptoms and syndromes. When you go to your doctor or your primary care practitioner, what you should ideally do is express all the symptoms that you're experiencing, and ideally, they will help you figure out what the underlying syndrome is. The Biorhythm app. How Qigong practice can help you heal. So this seems like a very small thing, but there is a big difference between symptoms and syndromes. So how does this all relate to Qigong practice? So until here, We've used 4 different words. Healing, which is the natural process that the body goes through to bring ourselves back to a state of health. Help, referring to the process of helping that natural healing process. And we've talked about symptoms, which are things that we feel. And then syndromes, which are the underlying root disease or imbalance. Okay, then we have so simply that Qigong practice can help that natural healing process of many symptoms and some syndromes, so Qigong practice can naturally help that healing process of symptoms and some syndromes.
So if you have a very clearly definable symptom, your body can naturally heal it, and your body is trying to heal it, and Qigong will give you more energy to sequester towards that process. So if you have back pain and neck pain and your body is trying to heal it, but it just doesn't, to add enough energy through Qigong practice can give your body the fuel, the nourishment, the oxygen, the air, and the resources, so that it can heal. And if the body can naturally heal, if you have an injury and give your body the energy and resources it needs, it should heal. But if it isn't, that could be because your body is not sequestering and not sending enough resources and energy and qi to it, and this is where Qigong practice is very, very helpful. It wouldn't be exaggerated if we said that every day someone has something really amazing happen because of their Qigong practice. This happens so regularly, but remember, when you hear about that, that is the body's natural healing ability and Qigong practices, naturally helping it, encouraging it, and the body is using all the energy to heal with its own capacities. So now what we're trying to say is that nothing magical is happening. We are using the body's natural healing ability. There is nothing out of this world or supernatural happening, it's all very natural. Now we find this idea actually extremely empowering because we want to be able to depend on our own immune system, our own circulation, our own qi, our own natural ability to breathe in air, taking the achievement from the air, and use it to stand on the earth. The energy flows through our feet and it is sent where it needs to go. It's a very empowering idea to think that this is how it's working, rather than thinking that I need to figure out some sort of magical alignment so that all of a sudden I can snap my fingers and all my syndrome, my symptoms, and everything is gone. We can use this wisdom that is thousands and thousands of years old, that has been practiced for by millions of people, and there's a reason why these simple movements affect the body in some sort of way, whether we know about it academically or not, but there is a reason why all these natural, gentle, safe, simple movements are helping this natural healing process. So feel encouraged, inspired, and empowered knowing that your body can heal now. One thing we are trying to also say is that sometimes some syndromes are very complicated. Something such as generalized anxiety disorder, the symptoms of it can be quite intense, but the underlying syndrome is pretty well understood. But, when we say something like the word cancer, that is a complicated syndrome, it's not just one syndrome. There are many different types. There are many different reasons. There are many different causes, there are many different cures, as many different complications with it, and to say that hey, here is the one magical thing you can do to help this one thing is not appropriate. Maybe it exists, but we cannot be really aware of it, so it is much more realistic to start breaking it down and thinking about your symptoms and how you can help your body to heal, and then work with everybody, work with all your practitioners, all your doctors, all different mobile modalities, different types of therapy, everything, and try to find a formula that is going to work for you, trying to feel empowered, feel encouraged, feel as if your body wants to be healthy and it wants to heal, and let's just give it all the resources that it needs. Click on the description below for a free Qigong workshop with exercises you can do every day.